Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to a brand new video. This is your review for the Leeds United 3, Liverpool 3. What a game of football. My voice is basically gone. We'll get into talking about some impact players and someone who doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He probably won't get the credit that he deserves because he was brilliant off the bench. And of course, I'm talking about that American. I'm talking about Brendan Aronson. What a performance from him off the bench, along with Tanaka, Nonto winning the penalty. We'll talk about the subs and the change back to the 4-3-3 and why I've been saying for so long, and I keep saying this, and I don't know if people are listening, we don't have to go 5-3-2 every game. I want to see Fark adapt in-game situations and go to the 4-3-3 when the 5-3-2 or the 3-5-2 isn't working. He's done that, and it worked brilliantly. The bench, the subs, the subs. Nonto, great winning the penalty. Aronson for the second goal. The tricky feed of Brendan Aronson for that second goal and almost getting an assist when he leaped through the air and put a header across to DCL, but it was blocked by, I can't remember who it was, but that header across goal I thought was brilliant. It almost reached DCL. Performance-wise off the bench, I thought he was brilliant and made an impact and changed the game. And Tanaka, of course, with the equaliser at the end. We'll get into that, but let's talk first about how the game started. It started off with us being probably the team just sitting back, trying to play defensively. Very hard for us in this game, in my opinion. The first half looked like it was all Liverpool, and it felt that way. We got to half-time at 0-0, and you're thinking, second half, okay, go out there and perform the way you were defensively, but maybe a bit more in attack. Oh my God, Joe Rodon for the first goal just passes it to Ekitike. He passes it. He says, there you go, Ekitike, through. And then it's 1-0, and I'm just like, oh God, after how well we did in the first half to defend, that's how you're going to concede? That is how you're going to concede? Rodon passing it straight to, passing it straight to Ekitike, saying, oh, go on, take a run and score. 1-0 down, and then 2 minutes later, I thought we were dead and buried. Ekitike scores his second and makes it 2-0. 2-0 to Liverpool. And the second goal, they thought they had a penalty. It feels like the Leeds players kind of switched off, thinking they gave away a penalty. We lost the ball in the corner, basically. Sorry about that. We lost the ball in the corner. I think it was Bogle. No, it was Goodmanson. It was Goodmanson's side, wouldn't it? It would have been Goodmanson's side, right? Yeah, it would have been Goodmanson's side, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we lost the ball there. The cross gets whipped in. Ekiteke's just onside, gets in front of Perry. Maybe Perry should do better, in my opinion. I thought he should have done better and got his hand to it properly. But Ekiteke then makes it 2-0, and you're like, yeah, that's probably a 2 goals in 2 minutes. Then I talked about it. As I said, we went from the 3-5-2, 5-3-2, however you want to say it, to a 4-3-3 when we brought Nonto on for Okafor, we brought Aronson on for Bio, and we brought Tanaka on for Gruev. We moved to that 4-3-3 formation, and it worked like a treat. The first goal, Nonto wins a penalty. Realistically, should never have been a penalty in the way of it's poor from Liverpool defensively. I would be angry at Kanate for giving away that penalty because there was no danger and the ball was going out for a goal kick. There was no danger. The ball was going out for a goal kick, and he took out Nonto when he legit could have just left him and it would have been a goal kick. Like, Nonto's touch was poor. And then it's 2-1. DCL steps up. I'm worried when he does step up, by the way, of course, because you remember the Wednesday game where he skied it. He puts in the back of the net. I thought Alisson probably should have got to it, to be honest. It wasn't a great penalty. Like, it wasn't in the corner. It was savable. And I thought Alisson should have saved it, really. And then Stack's goal from Brendan Aronson's run. The 1-2 he played with Nonto was brilliant. And then he just goes himself, and I'm like, go on, Aronson. But in my head, I'm thinking, Goodmanson's right there. Pass to Goodmanson in my head. But out loud, I said, go on, Aronson. He plays the perfect ball into Stack, who turns, does well to get into the middle. Bang, 2-2. What a game. We're 2-2. And, their third goal to make it 3-2 Liverpool is when we thought the comeback was for nothing. We're going to lose anyway. Gravenberch plays a ball through. It's left. I think it was McAllister, I'm pretty sure. I'm not even quite sure if McAllister was on at that point. He would have been, yeah. But I think it was McAllister. Whoever it was leaves the ball perfectly for Soboslai, who's through one-on-one. It was just one ball through the middle, basically. It was poor defending again, one ball through the middle. And then they made it 3-2, and you're thinking, oh, God, that's it. And from a corner in the 96th minute, the subs that we made, we ran Pirro on for Ampadu, and Pirro, I don't think he's good enough. There was a chance we could have had, but Pirro went like this and handballed it. I don't know what he's doing. And then ball now comes on for Bogle late on in the 93rd minute. 96th minute, we get a corner, goes to the back post. Tanaka! Ayo Tanaka! Who also came off the bench at the same time as Aronson and Nonto in the 65th minute, sorry. And Tanaka levels a score and gets us a point. 3-3 draw. What a performance from the substitutes. There's going to be a massive praise that I think the substitutes deserve, especially two of them in Tanaka and Aronson, who I thought came on the pitch and made an absolute difference. Let's go through player ratings and what I'll give each player. Lucas Perry, he did make a good save, by the way. He made a good save for a header at the score. I think the score was 2-2 at that stage, and he made a really good save. but I think he should have saved the second goal, and I think he was a bit poor in goal for the second goal. I thought he should have done better, and I'm gonna give him a 5.5. Because I thought he had a good save in that game, but he probably should have done a bit better. 5.5. Strauch, I'm going to give a 6. I thought he had a good performance, just a decent performance. BL, I'm going to give a 6 as well. And Rodon, I'm going to give a 5.5. Yeah, he's at fault for the goal. He's at fault for the first goal, so I'm going to give him less. I could honestly, actually, no, I'm going to give him a 4.5. I'm going to give him a 4.5 because that was poor. He passed it straight to Ekatike, which has cost us the first goal. That was absolutely just terrible. I'm sorry. It was absolutely awful. And then, of course, in front of them, Bogle, I'm going to give a 5.5, and Goodmanson, I'm going to give a 5.5 as well. I thought they both had decent performances without being amazing. You go to the middle three, and I know Griff gets a lot of stick. I thought he was decent. He's not the player that's going to go forward and stuff. He's the player that's going to get the ball. I've said this. He's kind of going to sweep the ball up, get the ball, and do that kind of stuff. Before he came off, he actually did a nice little chip over the top. I think it was to Stack, and that started an attack where we almost had a chance and almost scored. Like, the one time he actually tried to go... The one time, maybe it's the first time he had actual options. That could be another thing. We don't really know because watching the game, you can't really tell if he has options to pass to up for. Because he did a little chip into the middle and then we played a nice little passing play, got through, and then unlucky not to, it was a chance for us to score. We put them under pressure. I'm going to give him a 6. I thought he was all right. I thought it was just a decent performance. Defensively, I thought he was good, even though we conceded 3 goals. So I thought he was good defensively. Ethan Ampadu, I thought was all right as well. I'm going to give him a 6 as well. Just a good average performance. Stack, I thought wasn't good. Now, he got an 8.1 for us, which is our highest rated player on SofaScore. But for me, I don't think he was good. I thought he was poor. I thought he was the worst out of the 3 midfielders. Now, that might be that might be harsh to say. He got the goal, so I'm going to give him a 7 because he got the goal. But if he didn't have the goal, he would have been like a 5.5 because his performance was not good. But he got one of the goals. It was a nice goal, from the Aronson pass. Beautiful work from Aronson. Get the pass to him. And Stack does well to keep running and then bang, good strike. So yeah, up front, as I said in my preview, I didn't think DCL would have much against Van Dijk, and I thought he'd lose like every battle in the air against Van Dijk. Look what happened. He wasn't that great again. 5.5 I'm going to give him because he did score a penalty. He scored the penalty to make it 2-1 at the time to get us back in the game, so I'm going to give him credit for that. But him in the air against Van Dijk, he was never going to win, and that's not even me having to go with him. That's just me being honest about Van Dijk's going to win most headers in the air against most strikers. So I didn't think this formation was going to work against the likes of Van Dijk. Okafor, I thought, had a good start early on in the game where he had a chance, but most of the game he was just non-existent. He felt like he wasn't even part, like he was invisible. He didn't really do much, especially in the second half. It felt like he kind of just wasn't in the match at all, so I'm going to give him a 5, but it just felt like he wasn't in the match. Now, super subs, I'm going to give them ratings because they deserve it. Ayo Tanaka gets an 8 for me. I mean, the goal to equalise, great finish, takes it away, bang. Getting us, I'm going to give him an 8 because he came on, was a massive impact, great performance. Aronson, again, I'm going to give him an 8 as well off the bench. Great performance off the bench. And this is what I've said, why you have an Aronson. Now, people don't like Aronson a lot, but what I would say is he's that chaos factor. And this is what I've said, I don't think he should be a starter, but I like him as a player. He's that chaos factor. In games like this, when you're losing, or if you're drawing and you need a goal, you bring on a chaos merchant. That's basically what he is. He causes chaos. I mean, he caused more than chaos in this game. He showed some tricky feet like he did against West Ham. The West Ham Aronson was back. It's the gloves. It's the black gloves. It turned him into a beast. And what a performance he had off the bench. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Great performance from Aronson. I think he deserves a lot of praise from that performance off the bench. Because as soon as he came on, I thought he impacted the game. I thought he, as I said, could have had another assist as well when he headed the ball across for DCL. And I think it was headed by a Liverpool player just before it got to DCL. I mean, Aronson flew through the air. It was a bullet header, to be honest. I mean, there was that chance where he tried to bend it and he scuffed the shot near post, which is probably what you expect from Aronson. But you're not gonna, he had a go, and he was actually trying stuff. That's why I'm gonna give him a lot of credit as well. He was one of the only players when he came on. He said, "Okay, boys, let's do something. Let's go on the attack. Let's try. We've got to push forward. We've got to do something. We're losing. Even if we concede another goal, we've got to just go for it." And he was one of the players that took risks in this game. He took risks off the bench and did something. And as I said, the assist for the second goal, most people probably say pass to Goodmanson. But that pass into Stack was absolutely brilliant. He hit the Stack perfectly. He played the pass through the Liverpool line perfectly. And then Stack puts the finish away. Great performance from him. Willie Nonto, I don't think was as good as the other two, but as I said, he was part of the 1-2 for the build-up play for the Aronson assist, and he did well. I thought he came on and actually was a decent impact. He wasn't as good as Tanaka and Aronson, which is why I'm going to give him a 7. but he won the penalty. And as I said, it really shouldn't have been a penalty. I would be pissed off as a Liverpool fan if my player did that when the ball was going out for a goal kick. But he got the penalty, he won it, we scored it, and yeah, as I said, he was involved in the 1-2 that led to the second goal as well. I'm going to give him a 7. Off the bench performances, and we got to give Daniel Farke credit for making those subs, and not just making those subs, but changing the formation to the 4-3-3. What a game. What a result. A massive point for us, which was needed. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. I don't really have a man of the match. If I had to give one, none of the starters honestly get it. For me, it's a tie between Tanaka and Aronson. And because Tanaka's probably going to get more man of the matches than Aronson, Aronson's my man of the match. Fucking great off the bench. My man of the match, Brendan Aronson. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.